So we'd like to start off our show now with the Salty Dog Rag. Texas, that's right. Because Texas had lots and lots of cowboys. You know why they had a lot of cowboys? Why? They had a lot of cows. Now a lot of people think cowboys worked with horses, but they rode on the horses and they worked with the cows. That's why they're called cowboys. If they would have ridden on the cows and worked with the horses, they would have been called horse boys. But in the United States, they're called cowboys. And cowboys have been around a long time, and needless to say, in Texas, there was lots and lots of them, because Texas is a really, really big state. In fact, if you drive across Texas, it takes 2 days. It's a big state. You've been across Texas? Yeah, there's a saying in Texas, the sun did rise, the sun did set. Ain't we out of Texas yet? Well, cowboys a long, long time ago used to work real hard, so they used to like to party and go dancing. So what they did is they'd finish the end of the work week, they'd go into the ranch house, they'd get paid, and they'd go down to the dance halls. But you know something, 100 years ago, but cowboys weren't quite as clean as they are today. Do you think a cowboy took a bath every day? No. Do you think they took a bath once a week? No. You were lucky if these guys took a bath once a month. But before they let them into dance halls, they dust themselves off, you know, get the dust off, and then you'd see them doing this. You know why they were doing that? No. What's on their shoes? They work with cows. Cow poo. We call them cow pies in Texas. So you'd see the cowboys outside, they'd be kicking off the cow pies before they let them into the dance hall. Well, we're going to do our version of the Cotton Eye Joe. Now, there's two versions of the Cotton Eye Joe, actually. There's a line dance, which they do in Texas, and there's one that they do in Oklahoma right next door, which is a couple dance. And we're going to put the two forms together, and I want you to listen to the music really carefully because it's got a bit of a European influence in it. States. Now, I tell you what, we need some people up here, so would I like everybody up? Everybody that you can, stand up and make a big circle, and we're going to teach you how to do that dance. tougher than Pecos Bill. Pecos Bill, it said, was part of a very, very large family. He had like 17 or 18 children in the family. There were so many, they didn't even know how many there were. And when he was a little baby and they were crossing the country by covered wagon, it said that Pecos fell off the wagon somewhere in Texas on their way to California. Not wolves, but close. Coyotes. Coyotes found Pecos Bill out in the middle of nowhere and raised him from a little baby until he was all grown up. And Pecos along the way found himself a horse to ride that was crossing the desert one day. Do you remember the name of that horse? Not Seabiscuit. Do you remember the name? Not Lightning. Pecos named that horse Widowmaker. Widowmaker he rescued because Widowmaker was being attacked by buzzards out in the desert. And it said that Widowmaker would only let Pecos ride him after that. Nobody else could ride Widowmaker. And while Pecos was growing up, he solved all sorts of problems. One day they were rustling Pecos' cattle. So you know what he did? He caught them rustlers and he knocked them right in the teeth. And he knocked out all their fillings. That's why there's gold in them there hills. And one day, a cyclone came through town. And Pecos rescued the town by roping the cyclone and riding that cyclone until it was tamed down to a little breeze. And then a few years went by where there was no rain in Texas, a terrible drought. And what Pecos did is he rode all the way out to California, and he roped the clouds, and he took them over to Texas. And it rained so much on Texas it formed the Gulf of Mexico. That's a lot of rain. And then Pecos Bill found himself a gal. She was riding on the back of a giant catfish down